It's a new year, new beginning. It's quick and simple. And you've got to realize that this is part of running your business. Doing taxes does not make you money. So it is your business, it is your responsibility. And I can't stress that enough. Because I'm telling you, doing your taxes does not make you money. So start now with these few quick, simple steps that I'm going to go through and tell you what you guys can start tracking, and it will make it a lot easier. If you've got a system and it's working, please, because I know lots of people are going to listen to this recording later, please don't change it. If it's working for you, don't change anything. I'm just here to share with new consultants or directors, or doesn't matter who doesn't do anything, that throws it in a file box and hopes on January the 31st when you got to hand it in or whatever, it's all going to come together. If you do it by week, by 2 weeks, by month, I'm going to show you guys and go through it. Because when I started, guys, I never did it. And then I remember my senior director and saying to me, Sheri, can you not go to the dollar store and buy a folder? I actually updated my folder last year. It's this brown one that Allison and I worked with. And it's got January to February, or January to December. I'm a little nervous, but January to December. So that's all it is, guys. A file folder. If you got a filing cabinet, that's great. Don't go out and buy a filing cabinet. Like, you know what? We want to keeping it simple, but keeping so you're not missing out on anything. And to start off with, I'm going to talk about a dreaded, but most important, weekly accomplishment sheet. And I see people shaking their heads. Go on to In Touch. You don't even have to create it. Back when we started, my director sent it to me and we printed it off. Now it's right there on the website. You go to, I got notes on this. So, because if I knew how to screen share, I would have screen shared it. But you go on to Business Tools, go to your website, go to Business Tool, go to Additional Tools, and guess what, guys? You're going to find Weekly Accomplishment Sheet. And you'll see through this training that I'm going to probably mention weekly accomplishment, I think, 3 to 4 times. And you know what? This weekly accomplishment sheet means a lot to our director also, because we can see why you're making money, and we can also see if we need to help you in things. So sending it out, it takes 3 minutes, not even 3 minutes to fill it out and take a picture and send it. It's technology now. And you take a picture and you send it to your director. So weekly accomplishment sheets. It's very easy, very simple to fill out. If you don't do some of the things on it, then don't fill it out. But basically, the list of your hostess, your parties, your sales, and everything will be on these weekly accomplishment sheets. Most important, any questions? I got to try to watch the chat. Any questions on weekly accomplishment sheets? It's always, it keeps you on track. Actually, it does get easier filling them out because, yeah, filling them. So, also on In Touch, because this company is amazing. They have everything figured out that for us. You just got to take the time to read it. How many of you have done a sales tax reimbursement, the GST, PST reimbursement form? Do you know how much money? Good job, Ash. Do you know how much money you guys are losing or throwing away? You know, we pay, and I'm not going to explain this all to you guys because this is a whole course in itself. But basically, if you go to your Mary Kay website, go to resources, go to taxes, sales tax information. Guess what, guys? There's PDFs there to tell you how to do it from top to bottom, from start to finish. And also on this PDF goes through all the instructions. Like I said, this is a course on its own, but what it basically is, if we buy from the company and we get it at a wholesale price, but we pay taxes on the retail. If you give something away for free, or a hostess program, or even status cards, anything else, you can claim that tax that you're losing back from Mary Kay. So this form, and if you have your weekly accomplishment sheets going, you can see where you're giving away and what taxes you're losing on these weekly accomplishment sheets. So this goods and service tax form, I'm telling you this, I think it's a 14-page PDF. You guys will probably read it. I like to see papers in front of me, but it actually gives you a sample of every discount that you can claim back from the company. And it shows you exactly how to do it. It's filled out on the old sales slips and that, but we got new ones now. Some of you probably just do it on your computer, but there's every step by step to do it. And I'm telling you, you will be surprised if you haven't done it, if you got the sales, how much money you're losing and you're not getting back. The hostess credit products. And this is the form that it looks like. It's called the sales tax adjustment rebate form, and it's right under resources. This is the only page that it is. So it's not 9 pages you're filling out, it's 1 page. And if you have every sales slip attached to your weekly accomplishment sheets, it is not hard to do it. And the PDF is there to go through. That's any questions on that? So I phoned head office because I know some consultants and there might be even a few directors that have never done this before. And I said to her, I asked some rules and regulations because they weren't in the PDF. You can go back 36 months as long as you have a sales slip for everything you're claiming. You need those sales slips that you've written out to your customers to go. And it's 36 months from like the month of January, not 36 months in a fiscal year. And once you do it once, they would like, and good business practice would be to do it every quarter. If you were a part-time, because I know different people are going to listen to this. If you're a part-time consultant or personal use consultant and sell to a few girlfriends, every 6 months is fine. There's nothing holding them back, but you can only go back the 36 months once. So I can't stress, and if you haven't done it, start. You know what? Go back 36 months if you've been in the company. If you've only been in the company 6 months, figure out your quarters. Do it up till March 31st, you know, when that quarter ends, you know what? Or do whatever works for you, but get a system going so you know that is on your list to do. Because once you start doing it, guys, I'm telling you, I thought it was way too much paperwork for the first 9 years of my business. I didn't do it. But I'm telling you, you know how much money I lost? So the company is there to give us back money because they charge us on the retail amount. Use it. But like I said, and I can't stress, go to In Touch. There's a whole page that tells you how to do it from top to bottom and what you can claim, whether it's personal use, hostess, status cards, and that. It's all there, and they've got a sample. And also, if you have any other questions, your director's there to help you. But don't make this, because does not make you money. You want to be out there selling, booking parties and that. Like, don't stress out about this. New year, new beginning. Any questions on that? This is for the GST rebate. Yes, GST, HST rebate. Yes, Holly. You have no paper, you don't have any sales. Yeah. So then also a wonderful director shared this with me, and I've reviewed it, and I'm going to take a few tips. I also 9 years ago put a system in place so it was way easier, so it wasn't take me 3 weeks to try to get my taxes in order. And this was it's called the Consultants Organizing for Your Mary Kay Business. What you need to get organized, guys, is a box that you can put January to February. If you want to put hanging folders in there or that, perfect. You want to keep it quick and simple like Sheri does, so and that it's just a string box, like very simple. And you'll need some envelopes. And you can organize these files either by month, because then you're filing each of your weekly accomplishment sheets all in January. There's 4 weeks in January, so you'll have 4 with all your sales slips. Or you can do your files by category. And once again, number 2, your weekly accomplishment sheets. Like, you're going to hear me say these weekly accomplishment sheets, I don't know how many times. When in doubt, keep it. It is easier to throw something out when you find you don't need it for a tax purpose, rather than having to restruct, go through your house, go through the drawer, go through everything else to try to find and get a copy. On these hanging folders, now remember, guys, I am not accountant, I'm not CSA approved, so these are just main, simple, quick ideas that I categorize so that we can have it as a write-off. Like your car. Record your mileage, guys. At the beginning of the year, you should have recorded your mile. Keep your gas, keep your oil receipts, your repairs, your maintenance. And if you live in the north, we got to buy winter tires. So like, keep all those receipts. If you're leasing a car, your car washes, your insurance, your parking, and not parking tickets, car purchases, short-term rentals. Keep all those receipts, because whoever does your taxes at the end of the year will either say nay or yay that you can write them off. But it's better to keep everything than trying to go and finding everything. For your home, keep your heating bills, keep your hydro bills, keep your insurance that you pay for your house, your maintenance, your mortgage, your taxes, your rent. And I think some of you guys probably have water bills. Keep them, because there is a percentage. I'm not saying you can write it all off, but to have it and have it organized, your accountant or whoever does your taxes will let you know what you can and can't write off. When you guys are selling like crazy, like I know you guys are all going to be doing once this clinical solution launches and your business is going to start going up and your commission checks are going to start rocketing, you need to print off those commission income checks. Once again, guess what? You don't have to calculate. Go onto your website, go under reports, and it says right there what your commission is. Print it off. Purchases, like if you have to buy a new printer or sales supplies, like keep everything. I can't, like, you can never keep enough. Like, it's easier to toss than it is to go find. Inventory printouts, like I keep every one of my orders that I put in, and that's how I go through to see what I've ordered from the company. So your inventory printouts. And then the category of other, advertisement promotions, bad debts, delivery, freight, business insurance, bank statements, Visa statements, MasterCard statements. Holy, I hope you don't have that many credit cards. Meals, entertainments, travel. Like there's a certain percentage of all this that you can write off. And then office, you've got postage, office supplies, telephone, your cell phone, internet fees. Like all this, if you're keeping this, because you only get an internet bill once a month. So it'd be 12 bills. And if you got this nice thing, it's filed under January, it's filed under February, instead of trying to go say, honey, where's that bill we paid last January? Because I need to write it off because I've got a small business going. Keep it all in here. Train your husband, if he's paying the bill, to put the bill in here after it's paid. Conferences, seminars, career conference, when there was career conference, but anything like that, keep anything that you put in expense to, and your accountant or whoever does your tax will be telling you if you can write it off. Meetings, if we're going to get back to them. I know these meetings are going to come as soon as this world goes back to normal. But meetings, if there's a cost to the meetings or training costs and that, keep the receipts. Equipment. And then your personal, like, you never know what you can and can't write off. I don't want to go into what I write off because everybody is different. For all quick, basic, where you can start to get something into a file instead of, I'm telling you, if last year's looking like a disaster, let this year look better. Start now. I think these can get at Staples or the dollar store, or you could probably order them online. Like, start it now. We're only in January. And then she has made, so if anybody's interested in this, like the directors we can post, like she's actually made a car expense sheet up where like she lists the car, the make of the model, and the odometer reading and the total kilometers that she drives for the year. And this is what she submits at the year. But if you're keeping it all, and whether you want to make an Excel spreadsheet or that, but if you're just keeping track of like your cars, your office supplies and that, so you know where to have them all categorized. And then she's got, yeah, it's just basic use. She's got the business use of the home, like there's a percentage of square footage that you can write off if you have an office space, your heat, your hydro, your insurance, your maintenance, your mortgage taxes, and your mortgage interest. Like, I'm not sure if I didn't know this the first few years of my business or if my director told me and I didn't listen. So as a director that is learning by her mistakes, if anything, guys, take this advice and start now. Because as a director, as a consultant, it's not our responsibility to take care of your business. So you need to start now and put those, get that file or whatever and start filing it and keeping track of your business expenses and your sales and getting those forms done every 3 months. And if it does get easier, as it just like teaching your kids to brush their teeth, you know what, over and over and over. And once they say, yes, mom, they know it gets easier. Just like doing those GST, PST reports. As you start doing them, it gets easier and easier and easier. And then it's just a routine that goes into your business. Same with taxes. You know, at every end of December 31st, the tax season ends. And it's got to be submitted by April, whenever it is. Do we have any questions? Did I explain it good? Like, did this help? I see some yeses. Any questions? No questions. Everybody's going to start doing, if you haven't started, you're going to get it all in a system and playing and going. Well, that was my train. Like, keep it simple. Keep it. wasn't going into a lot of great detail. I just wanted you guys to start doing something because you're in a small business. So you have to run it like a small business. So that was my tax educational and that. Do you have anything to add, Carol or Ashley Langevin, that have been in this for a number of years?
I mean, just keep it, you don't have to go out, like she said, to Staples and start buying a whole bunch of stuff to get organized. Like, I'll show you guys, like, you know, those bags our satin hands come in. That's what I do. And then I put a yellow note. Instead of throwing out those bags, instead of wasting and getting a bunch of envelopes, that's what I use for my monthly paperwork.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Don't spend a lot of money, guys. Keep it simple. Because you can waste so much time trying to get organized for your taxes. It doesn't make you any money.
And just get into action. Just get into action.
And everybody should be getting into action because I am so excited for this new launch of clinical solutions. It is amazing. And we weren't recording this, and I just have to say, if you haven't taken the time, please go on to the Mary Kay website, watch those